Now, our next presenter started his career in the fitness industry. Always an entrepreneur, he quickly moved into network marketing. Now has almost 20 years experience in the industry, a huge international business. Diamond in under 3 years. Welcome to the stage, Craig Schulze.
How are we all, Melbourne? Who's excited? Who's excited about learning a bit about the compensation plan? Well, I guess Chris and Rachel always want their universities to be a bit more, let's call it more learning, more educating, more growing. So I thought I'd teach people a little bit more about the compensation plan and not just go through the compensation plan and say, this is what you say here, this is what you say here. I'll give you an understanding of the dynamics and understand how this has all been put together. Some what to do, some what not to do's when you're presenting the compensation plan. So it's not an advanced session here. It's really aimed at a new starter. It's aimed at someone to be able to be more competent, someone that's can upskill themselves so they can get better at converting people, get better at sharing the information, get better at even coaching your own team. So this presentation's more aimed at that. If you want to get better at advanced strategies like learning how to structure your business, learning where to place people, my ultimate advice for that, you don't even need a presentation for that, is work with your upline every time you go and enroll someone. Speak to a leader that's at that level of 50 cycles and above, that's built a business already, and go and talk through that scenario for your first 10 to 20 enrollments. So if you want to get good at that type of placement and strategy and structure, make sure that you do that in more private consulting with your upline. So who has fallen for the ultimate rookie mistake? The ultimate rookie mistake in presenting a compensation plan. Or you may have even been in a situation where you're sitting at your computer and you get a message come through on your Facebook by some random person, and they said, oh, my business is launching into Australia next week. We've got the best compensation plan in the industry. Now that's their initial leading with the business. Very much like this, the old gladiator way. Your failure is if you go back to them and say, no, we've got the best compensation plan. I've been told that. And they say, no, I have. Very much like this gladiator phase where you each got your own compensation plans. There's a horse at one end, there's a horse at the other. You race at each other, you go bang, crash. You take it even further. You get out the calculators. You go on for a week and you say, no, but we've got this advancement bonus and this matching bonus and 26,000 a week, and they're going on and on and on. And guess what? There's only one scenario that happens in this situation. There's a winner and a loser. But in your situation, for your business, it's a lose-lose situation. You lose in both situations. You lose in one situation because they have somehow mathematically beaten you. They've actually proven it. But you also lose if you actually prove them wrong. That person's never going to join you. What do they think of you? Oh, guess what? What a real prick of a person. They've actually beaten me, and they're not going to join you anyway. So in that situation, never ever do that. So if you're going out there and you're talking to someone, you're prospecting someone, say, we got Jeunesse, we got the best compensation plan in the industry, it's not a great strategy. It's all about building rapport with people. It's all about asking questions, finding out about the person. But ultimately, it's about telling the whole story. It's not about the mathematics of the compensation plan. If I'm assessing a network marketing business, someone comes up to me and says, Craig, I got this new company, this comp plan, blah, blah, blah. I always ask this question. If you want a compensation plan that works properly, you need to have a product that someone will not only needs, but actually wants. And ultimately, you want a product that even if there wasn't a business opportunity attached, if there wasn't the ability to earn any commission at all, if that product got put into a retail space, into a department store and sold off the shelf easily, you can look further into the business. All right? And to prove that point, Who buys a record on a monthly basis? Anyone still buying records these days? So this is a product. So just imagine the Jeunesse compensation plan is the best compensation plan. I can mathematically prove it. And I said to everyone in the room here, we're going to take our youth enhancement products out of our opportunity and replace it with records. How's everyone's business going? It's gone. Nobody's buying records anymore. It went to tape and then compact disc. Now it's downloadable. So I'm trying to make the point here of, it doesn't really matter about the mathematics of the compensation plan. It's all about the product and if people would buy that with or without an opportunity. And then you look further into it, and then there's a whole group of ingredients that will make it work. All right? You've got to get good at telling the whole story. So anyone like cake? There's lots of ingredients to make a great cake. Just imagine that you went home tonight and tried to make a cake just with butter, or then tried the next day with flour or sugar. You're not going to have a very good cake. It wouldn't taste very good. It wouldn't actually work. You've got to combine all the ingredients together with the formula to make that cake, and that's when you can get a good result. Or amazing icing, etc. Very much the same as assessing a business opportunities. A business opportunity will work best when you've got all ingredients working well together. So a lot of people always ask me, what are these ingredients? Some of these ingredients, product uniqueness, product price point, product niche. Is there a niche for that product? No, there's none for records anymore, unless you're, one of the people that really alternative and really passionate about that industry. It's not really for the masses. What's the global platform? Dennis was talking about, if you had a business opportunity that was serving 3 countries or a business opportunity that was serving 100, I want to enroll people in 100 countries. That's one of the ingredients. What's the company owner's history? What's the ownership structure? The compensation plan is one ingredient to that. Is it a DSA registered business? What's the timing of this company? Is it a company that's been around for 60 years and an old school company, or is it a modern, new age, fresh company? What's the leadership team like? What's their history and success? What's their marketing and their marketing initiatives and their tools that they've got? Infrastructure, systems, what's their debt loading and position? All of these ingredients fit together. So you want to tick as many of these off so you can tell a more compelling story. And if you can tell a more compelling story, all these ingredients fit together, the cake is made beautifully and you can go and eat it. And that's what we're doing here in Jeunesse. We're actually going out there with the best story in the industry with all the ingredients, and people are changing lives all around the world. So we're talking about more specifically one of the ingredients, a compensation plan. I've put together a little checklist of what I'm looking for in a compensation plan. I'm going to describe how I would describe the compensation plan to give you, I guess, a good idea of how you can put that forward. But here's some alarm bells. Someone was presenting a compensation plan to me and it had some sort of weird qualification. And a weird qualification might be, if you don't enroll 3 people every single month, we don't pay you. That to me doesn't sound like a business that you can build that can pay you after you've done all the work. What about an unbalanced payment structure? So I'm looking at it, lots of bonuses in the front end. So if an entrepreneur wanted to come and join your business, they're not going to be interested. It's more of a sales style model to earn your commission. An entrepreneur is trying to look at building a structure, building an organisation that they can, in 5 years' time, have a real asset that pays them day after day after day. Complicated and hard to explain. There's a lot of compensation plans out there that you do need to be a mathematician to explain it. An opportunity works best when the person with the least skill has the capability to present the opportunity. Take it down to the lowest skilled person. If they could go out there and present that, or if your kids could go out and present that, it's probably something that you'll find that most people will be able to present. I always ask, about what are the type of incomes that people are making in that company. Because I've got an ideal income. In my last company, I joined based on a passion for a product more than anything else. I didn't really look at all the key ingredients to the ultimate opportunity. Good fortune was I met Lyndon in that on that journey. But apart from that, I really got interested based on this product. By the time I joined, the number one income earner was earning about $500,000 a year in commission at the time. So I looked at that, and if I was to assess that, my vision was to be earning a 7-figure income. So I didn't want to be twice as good as the biggest to be able to earn my vision. That's nearly requiring to become a unicorn. So I wanted it to be lots of people earning that type of money, and I knew that the opportunity is working. If I see a car program in a compensation plan, I run a mile. I'm not a big fan of car programs. That's a conversation for a different day, but a lot of people go out there and just build the opportunity, not based on the substance of the opportunity or the product or anything else. It's all about the car program. And that's why they can be very detrimental to a business. So how would I describe the compensation plan? It's very neat, very easy to explain for anybody. We're talking about 6 separate ways to get paid. Very well balanced payment structure. So there's money in the up part of the commission structure while you're building your business, but it will attract those entrepreneurs for that long-term residual income in terms of the team commissions, the matching bonuses, and the diamond pool. So it's really encouraging that entrepreneur. So when I talk about there's money in the plan for all types of people. So you get your hobbyists, so they can make money in their retail profit zone and their customer acquisition part. There's money in it for entrepreneurs. There's money in it for party plan. It's got mass appeal to those different segments of the community. There was lots of people making my dream income. So I knew that, okay, this is working not only just in Australia, not only in the United States. This had actually leaders making money in all corners of the globe. So these are all the parts that I was looking at before I was actually even assessing the payment side of it. Has it maintained its integrity since day one? This is really, really important. Jeunesse has never made a change to its compensation plan since it started. Only enhancements, and they'll run these promotions, shoot to sapphire style promotions where they will put a bit more money in the upfront, but it's not in expense of something else. So some companies change their compensation plan all the time. So just imagine that you love playing Aussie rules football. Aussie rules football goes for 4 quarters. You dress up, you put your boots on, your mouth guard in, you run out in your shorts, you go into the sheds, you get ready, you're running out with your teammates halfway through the game, you go in at half time, and then they hand you a netball skirt. You got to come out and play netball for the second half. That's what it's like. You didn't sign up to that opportunity. You signed up to an opportunity of a comp plan like that, and they keep on changing the structure. So these are the 5 things that I'm looking at when I'm talking about how easy it is for the compensation plan to be explained. Now this next slide here, and I'm happy for Rachel to send these out to anyone, but just to give you an idea of how I explain the cost of the website. So the cost of the website, the $38, I talk about this is a new age business model. This is a business model that gives you access to these products at a wholesale rate. This is a cost that will help you ship the products all around the world. The management team's in place, the corporate executives are amazing. They've got all their 40 different head offices, and you're in business for a small cost of that. And then I'll compare it to owning a traditional business and setting up. Then I'll also explain a little bit into the new age of business, e-commerce. Most people, this industry is now becoming very, very socially acceptable. Most people have their job, are investing in shares, investing in property, and are starting to generate an income through some form of part-time home-based business, whether it's network marketing, party planning, whatever it is. So most people are starting to making it very socially acceptable, but I'd often say it's a new age e-commerce business model. Think about the rapid growth of the Ubers, the Airbnbs, the Amazons. These are the e-commerce businesses that are really taking over today. So we're going to talk now, about our compensation plan and give you some ideas, some key points, some hot points on each slide. Because what I like to do for people that are just getting started is to be able to present this to someone at your house very confidently, and just a couple of points that you would be talking about on each sector of the compensation plan. Obviously, there's 6 different ways to get paid. The first way is this retail wholesale component. Retail wholesale component, I'll say most people understand the concept of wholesale retail. This is how a business in the real world has been set up for hundreds of years, because they've been able to source a product at wholesale rate, sell it at a retail rate, and that retail margin there's got to be able to pay all your costs and staff, etc., and you make a margin. That's why a business is in existence. So you could do that in Jeunesse, wholesale retail. So most people can get their head around this concept. Now, who would it appeal to? So someone that doesn't want to go out and build a big global organisation, they can make a bit of wholesale retail money. Maybe a party planner that's got skills and they've been selling lingerie for the last 15 years, they can go and do this but with skincare products. You know, that'll appeal to them. It might appeal to someone that already has a traditional business. So they're a beauty therapist, massage therapist, hairdresser. They've got clients coming to them that will want these youth-enhancing style products, and they're selling these products to their customers, making wholesale retail. So as an entrepreneur, when I'm looking at this compensation plan, I'm going, wow, we can service that part of the community with our compensation plan. It's going to be very appealing to them. I like that part of the compensation plan. It's also a really good way to handle the objection, I don't like network marketing. Great, you don't even have to do network marketing in Jeunesse. You can actually participate in our business and just do a wholesale retail type of model. Is that okay with you? So that's some of the key points that I would be talking about with a wholesale retail component. And I'm looking, when I talk about the dynamics, I'm looking at who will this appeal to in the community when I'm talking to that person. If it's not a big thinker, I'll probably talk a bit more about these parts of the compensation plan if they're asking questions. Customer acquisition bonus. You know, this here, again, puts money in people's pockets quickly. It's while you're building your business, you can actually generate these commissions, and while you're building your residual, your big organisation, you're generating that time for money, you're getting reward for effort every time you enrol someone. So it will appeal, again, to someone that's like a sponsor monster. It'll appeal to that person that's in that sales type of environment, selling houses, in selling cars, selling phone plans, you know. So it's another old school way, and I'll explain that type of concept to that person, and they'll have a big interest in this part of the business. Now, when I'm talking about getting started in this business, I always talk about this is a way you can give yourself a pay raise every day. If you introduce a person every day to a Jeunesse package, you know, your 5 neighbours on each side of your house you can start with, you can get one of these customer acquisition bonuses, gets paid out weekly. Just imagine by adding that extra commission into your business. So when someone says to me, I want to launch my business, I want to get started, what's the quickest way? I say, your first mission is 30 enrolments as quick as you can. And we're going to aim for 30 ambassador packs, 30 times $250. You know, let's give you 1 person a week, or an average of 1 person a week. So in your first part of your business, you might start signing up, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 a week. But as you progress and you go through your warm market, you might be doing 1 every fortnight, but you're giving yourself a pay raise every day. Imagine that income on top of your already salary and wage. So I'm really planting the seed and making them think about what's possible here. Team commission. So a lot of people are starting to get into this industry now, but a lot of people still don't understand this whole concept. So I don't try and complicate it. I don't try, unless I'm sitting down with someone one-on-one and I've got a bit of paper and I can draw it out, I never go into the whole, you've got to get this amount of points and this amount of points, and really try and confuse people. I want to keep it as simple as possible. So in Jeunesse, while you're building your business, we've got a really great part of our residual part of the plan, the new age income style, where you're building 2 teams that go to infinity levels. These 2 teams, you can actually earn up to $26,250 in a week in this part of the commission structure. I'll then put it into a practical, understandable way. And I'll use an example like, have you ever been to a movie before? Have you ever been to a restaurant? You've had a really, really good experience. And you go to work on the Monday, and your work colleague's gone, or your friend or your family member's gone. What'd you get up to on the weekend? Well, I went and watched this great movie. I went to this great restaurant. You should go. And because you've created that recommendation, they go. And because it was a great product and service, it was a great movie, they had a great experience. They actually told someone who told someone else, who told someone else, who told someone else. I said, you're going to love these products. And everyone's going to love them. So your website is going to be tracking these referral chains to infinity levels all around the world. And also I'll say, have you ever received a commission from Village for recommending people to that movie? Have you ever received a commission for that restaurant? This is a new age concept. You're going to love these products. You're going to tell people. They're going to love them. They're going to tell people. And this website that you're going to pay $38 for is going to track all your orders, pay you every week. What an amazing concept. The next way we're talking is matching bonus. Again, that part of the commission structure too. Who does it appeal to? This will appeal to the ultimate entrepreneur. $1 million a year in that part of the commission structure. So if I was talking to a real big thinker, a real big visionary, I know that these parts of the plan are going to appeal to them. The same with this next way, the leadership matching bonus. In this part of the plan, I always talk about these titles. Everyone needs to know about moving forward and progression and needs goals. So I'll say in this part of the plan, which we'll talk about shortly, but I'll say you start off with your website and you're an associate. Then you progress to a distributor when you buy our once-off promotional package. Then you progress to an executive when you introduce two. You progress to Jade, Pearl through, you can enroll your way there. So in your first 30 days, you should be able to enroll your way to these titles. Sapphire Executive is our first leadership level where you have to have actually created a bit of duplication. You've got to find people that find people. That's our first leadership level. And guess what? In Australia, the first quarter of the year, we have a leadership retreat for all our sapphires that are qualified at that level, up in Noosa, having a great time. This is a real foundational part of the business. Then we move up to the next title, Sapphire Elite. You've got a business that at this level here, if you're qualified at this level, you're earning the equivalent of a full-time income. You progress up to the director levels in the business. We're starting to move into life-changing income. Now there's around 200 people that have gone past this Diamond Director level, and that is truly rock star style of income. So I'm talking about the types of incomes that you can earn at each level in this part of the plan. The next way, when we're talking about this matching bonus, again, it will attract the ultimate entrepreneur, the big thinker. And I'll say, if I introduce someone to the business, it's like a HR bonus, human resources bonus for support, and I help them build a big business, I can earn a 20% match on their team commissions. I like that person, so if I enrolled Lyndon and he became a diamond, I like that I enrolled him and I like the fact that I can earn a 20% matching bonus. But if he's got to diamond, he's enrolled a lot of good people. He's enrolled a lot of good people, and those people are classified as my level 2. And I'll probably earn more matching bonus on all the level 2s than I will on the level 1s. I'll explain the leverage even further. Just imagine all these level 2s, because Lyndon's gone to diamond, he's sponsored a lot of people, who they've also sponsored a lot of people. They're on my level 3, and this can get paid down as deep as 7 levels, uncapped. The sky is the limit from earning capacity in this part of the compensation plan. And I'll say that's only off one enrolment. Just imagine if you enroll 20 or 30 or 40 people. Think of the compounding effect of this, all these people. And as Dennis said, it's just math. They're going out there and they're doubling and doubling, introducing 2s and 3s, and you can really start getting some serious leverage in there. Again, you are capturing the imagination of an entrepreneur in this, a network marketer in another company. If they want to know about the comp plan, They're the areas I'm focusing on. Customer acquisition incentive, I say as you're building your business, people will join as customers. They don't have an interest in the business, but they want to buy these products. Everyone wants to buy these products. When you progress up past 10 customers, and this will just happen naturally, that 20% on the level 1 goes up to 30%. So all of a sudden I like Lyndon a bit more again. So that's how you can get, explain the customer acquisition. And the last part of the plan, I always talk about this as the glue to the plan. And Dennis was talking about be the CEO and commit for 5 years. The 5 years to Diamond, the Holy Grail, traveling the world, doing these amazing trips that Susan was talking about in her presentation. The Diamond pool's the glue to the plan because you've got to help a lot of people. And I've helped a lot of people, and I'm in there, and I'm sharing this, in this bonus pool that's a 3% payout quarterly. If I'm in that pool earning, I never want to leave. All right? So you can see the dynamics of how this compensation plan all feeds into the other. Wendy designed consulted and designed many of the compensation plans. It's simple, it's neat, easy to explain. Then we move on and talk about holidays. Who likes the holiday? Who likes when somebody else pays for that? Talk about every year there's 2 free holidays that you can earn your way to simply for going out there and sharing a good story, an amazing story. All right, and then I'll use that example of this year we had 8,300 people qualify for a Mediterranean cruise. There wasn't a cruise ship big enough, so they had to run one a week for 4 weeks. All right, we had over 200 people from Australia qualify for that. Last year was a trip to Dubai. Now we're all winning trips to Orlando to go to our incredible convention. All you're doing, this is a byproduct of what you're actually out there doing, sharing a good story, introducing the business opportunity to as many people as possible. Moving forward, once you progress into one of the real strong, solid leadership levels in the business, the company gives you a once-off free holiday to Hawaii. It's a 5-star experience. I went on that Hawaii trip. It was the best, most luxurious holiday I'd ever been on in my entire life. Then I'll move on to the next slide, talk about this diamond discovery. So you may not have been on these trips, but by going to the events and hearing the stories, you're sharing other people's stories, and people are going to join you because they go, wow, that sounds amazing. I'll use the examples of the diamond discovery trips. The first year was an African safari. The second year, they had their own boat, around 25 diamonds in Mediterranean. The third year was my first one, Bora Bora. We had a cruise ship. This year was a trip to Switzerland. Next year's back to Bora Bora again. Now, these are true trips of a lifetime, business class flights. When you add it all up, you're looking at a 20,000 plus holiday. Imagine every year you get to experience a true holiday that was paid for someone else with your family, and it was, bucket list style holidays. So I'm really trying to get into the whole emotion and give you some key points of what to say. I actually just copied and pasted, because you can get my slides from Rachel, preferred customer program. So Jeunesse have a customer program where when you get 2 preferred customers, your account can be qualified. I copied the notes off the slide there, so when you get my slide you can read them directly, but that just basically is another part of the compensation plan. Also our regular company promotions. So we have our Shoot to Sapphire, Step Up to Success, product promotions, holidays and incentive trips. All the time you've got these opportunities to promote your business. So we're just wrapping up here at the end. Who wants my advice on getting better at presenting the comp plan? It's pretty simple advice. You're going to probably go, no, that's too simple. What you need to do is attend these events. We do these opportunity events all around Australia every single month. You need to attend the events and don't just sit there without your guests on your phone the whole time. Start taking notes. When Aaron Biley's in Adelaide next week, if you want to get better at the compensation plan or getting better at presenting the entire story, not just the compensation plan, this is what Aaron says on slide 1. This is what Aaron says on slide 2. This is what Aaron says on slide 3. Next month, Craig's going to be in Adelaide and Perth. This is what Craig says. This is what he says on slide 2. This is what he says on slide 3. Go on to the webinars weekly. Don't just sit there with your computer turned on. Take notes on what they say on each slide. Each different presenter just has those few key points and present what you like, what you hear. All right? When I started this industry, I had no idea what I was doing. What I did know was success leave clues. What I did know was that if someone's already walked that path, I was going to walk that path too. So there was around 7 people that had reached the top level at the time. I found out where they were doing all their presentation. I went to every single one of them and wrote down what I liked about what they were saying on each slide and what I didn't like, and that's how I got better at presenting the opportunity. Make sure that that's so easy to do. So easy to do. Our presentation is always telling the whole story. The whole story where we talk about the industry. The whole story where we talk about the company of Jeunesse. The whole story where we talk about the products and the pay plan in the space of 50 minutes to an hour. If you get good at that, you'll get good at better conversion. You'll get better at enrolling better people. If you could train your team to get better at that, they'll get better at conversion. They'll get better at enrolling. They're growing as people. They're growing as leaders. And as a result, they're growing a money tree. All right? So make sure if you want to put together this, you're the CEO, you're the responsibility of your own business, and you're putting together a 5-year plan, you want one of these money trees growing in the back of your yard so you can truly experience the ultimate, the diamond discoveries, the lifestyle, the opportunity. But you just need to get better at telling the story. And if you can get better at telling the story, you'll get better results. Thank you very much.